Done.
All right, so greetings to one and all. And my name is Vadim. I'm the coordinator of RSCall Poland alongside with Hanna on the call. And I'm happy to introduce you our next lecturer. This will be Diego Kurhel. Diego is a senior software engineer from EPAM Poland. He works in Katowice office, and he relocated to us from Brazil and has more than 7 years of experience, works with different technologies as React, Node, Ionic, Angular, sometimes even Java and some hybrid applications, has degree in information systems, and overall passionate about web development and interaction design. So I'm really happy, Diego, to have you here. So passing microphone to you. By the way, Diego is also a mentor of ours, so some of you might become a mentee of Diego. So, Diego.
Okay. Yeah, I'm here. Yes, I will turn my camera on for a couple minutes before I start. Hi, everyone. This is me, Diego. As Vadim said, I'm from Brazil. And today we are going to be talking about CSS Flex, or Flex Layout, or Flexbox. We can hear like those different names around there. Yeah, so I will start sharing my screen. Just a sec. Is everyone hearing me okay? Is everyone? Okay. So can you see it? So now that I changed to full screen, let me just for 1 sec, let me set up my layout here in order to. Okay. So just let me check Teams one more time. Okay, nice. So both can hear me. Okay, nice. So just 1 more second. So I'm setting up a second screen here, so then we'll be able to. I'll be able to see like if someone asks something during your. Okay. Okay, I think that. Yeah. Okay, now I can see you and I can see the presentation. This is really nice. Okay. So yeah, CSS Flex, and as I said, I don't have like an about me slide, Vadim already introduced me, so we can just start to talk about CSS Flex. And as I said, CSS Flex have like different names around there, Flexbox, Flex Layout. So if someone like, oh, do you know Flex Layout? Yeah, I know, it's just CSS Flex. Or a Flexbox, because when this thing started, like they didn't know the name, and then they start to call it like Flex something. Yeah, and I've been using CSS Flex for a couple years, even like before CSS Flex was on the web, because before that we have like this kind of way to do layouts in other platforms like Android, for example. So I'm just concerned about, are you seeing the presentation or the screen with faces right now?
The screen with title.
With title. Okay, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, and CSS Flex was added to to the web in order to have like a easier way to do layout. So what we are going to do today is to see like all the properties and how CSS Flex works, and after that we will be also see how to do like different layouts with that, like real life examples. So, and then I will live code a bit to in order to show it to you. So before we get started, I would like to show you the code that we have here. This code we are gonna be using it on our entire application, and it's basically a section that we call container. So, and a couple items inside, okay, and each with the class, each one with the class item and the name of the animal that you were seeing here. So, like really simple HTML structure. So, and here, just to inform you, we have like reset CSS. What reset CSS will do is like it will reset all the default properties to.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
they're on screen.
We don't see anything
Okay.
on the white screen.
Okay. Oh. So now you can see the presentation.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now nothing. Okay, I will check it again here. Okay, screen 1. Okay. Can you see it? The code. Yeah, it's a bit tricky here showing like all those screens there, because now I don't see you guys, but I think we can continue. So we have this structure here. As I said, we have like, it's really simple. We have like a section with the class container, and inside it we have a couple items, like each item with the class item and another class with the name of the animal here. And I'm using emoji here to show it. So, and as I was saying, I have like this reset CSS that will reset all the default properties to render like the same across the browsers. So then we don't have like any problem like with different styling across the like Firefox, IE, Internet, or Chrome. So, and then we have this style CSS, and that is the file that we'll be working on. So let me show you the result of it. Just a sec. So the result will be like that. Okay. So it's like, it doesn't have any CSS Flex property yet. Like, it's just default rendering. So, and I have a couple of styles here hidden. Like we have the background color for each element. So, and the kind of the size and the font that the container and the item is using. Like we have, and what we have here on the container is like this purple border here that is set here. So 8 pixels solid Rebecca purple border. And we have like this box sizing border box. So it means that the entire size of our box will consider the border. Because if I set this container here as 100%, it will, like, the border will go out of the screen. So then a border box sizing border box, it means that the border will be inside of our 100% inside of our view. So yeah, and we have like font size here on each item and a little bit of padding. So a little bit of space inside of each element. Okay, so back to the presentation. I hope that you'll be able to see it. So yeah, so and in order to make it flex, it's like really simple. What we have to do is use the proper display flex. So, and here is that same example that I showed to you. And if we put display flex, it will be like that. So, and I can show to you. So what I think that I'm going to do is like keep these slides like that and using this like that. If I'm gonna hide this, and so container, for example, just to show you what I was talking about, display flex. So, and then we have like the same result that you are seeing on the slides. So, and when we set a container to be flex, it will transform this area, the purple area, the container on the flex container. And automatically everything inside, the first element inside will be the flex items. So every time that we want to refer to this, like, oh, what is the container or what is the item inside of the flex, you can understand now. So flex container will be the parent element, and the flex item will be like everything inside. And so it's like flex layout is really powerful. You can see by changing like only one property, display will completely change how things were. So it's like really powerful, and when you get used to it, it's like really handy. Okay, so let's go to the next. And one important thing to keep in mind is every time that you use flex, you have a direction that things will flow. So, and we call it like flex direction to change, and we have like the property flex direction, and this property is set it on the parent element. Like if you set a flex direction on the children, it won't be like any effect if the children itself is not displayed flex. So the flex direction here, like naturally, without setting anything, it's already row. So I just put it here in order to make you see the name of the property. But we have like the options from row reverse, column, and column reverse. So, and this is like really important, and I would like you to remember this every time that you are changing the direction. So we have our main axis, and the main axis means from where to where the things will, the elements will flow inside of the flex container. So when we set the direction as a row, the things will go from left to right. And we also have like a cross axis, could be like kind of a secondary axis, and the secondary axis in the case of flex direction row will be from top to bottom. And then if we change to column, those main axis and cross axis, it will change as well. It's really important for you to know that, because certain properties also will have the result based on the axis. So sometimes you change something and like, oh, it's not behaving like I expected. But first of all, you have to see like what direction is your main axis. So for example, if we change to column, our main axis now will be like from top to bottom, and our cross axis will be from left to right. So we change the direction of things here, and then everything that we set now inside of container will consider this direction as a point of reference. Okay, so let me show you a little bit of it happening here inside of our browser. So if I change like flex direction, so as I said, like I didn't need to change anything here inside of the container, and it's already direction row. I think if we just give me a second, here it is. So if we inspect the element here, just let me increase a little bit. Okay. If we inspect the element, we can see like display flex, and I think we can see it here, the default properties. I thought that we can be able to see the default properties here, but since I'm not finding it. Okay, but that is okay. But you just have to remember that the default position will, the default direction will be row, and you can see it here. So if you change here, like for example, flex column, so now you can see like as we saw in the slides. Okay, let's go ahead. So it's like really powerful. So with one another property, we completely change the direction of things, and then so can you imagine like what you can do with that? Like you can, it's really useful for responsive layout, for example. So you can imagine this when you have like on desktop layout like that, and on your phone, for example, you have like a list of elements. It's like if you look at it, like it seemed like a list that we have on your phone. We see on our phones like every day. So and you just change one property. Okay, so let's see what else we have on the parent element. We also have like flex wrap. So what happened if I don't have enough space? So right now, if we look, let me remove this flex direction here. If we look here and I decrease the size, I don't have enough space, it will do like nothing. It will even like overflow here, and it will add a scroll. But if I add like this property flex wrap, it will like wrap. If I don't have enough space here to show like one more element, it will go to the next line. And then if I don't have space on the second line, it will go to the third line, and so on. So the properties, the values, the possible values that we have is like no wrap is this is like the default value, and wrap reverse. Okay, so let me show it to you a little bit here. So let's suppose that I don't have enough space here, and I'll put like flex wrap. It's here, wrap. So as we see, if we don't have enough space here, it will like wrap around, and like, and also really powerful, really nice. So, and really easy to use. So this is like one more time, really useful for responsive layouts. Okay, let's keep going. And we also have justify content. So what justify content will do, and this will be like a property that will consider the main axis to start to work. So it will align considering my main axis. So my main axis in that case is from left to right. So flex start is the default that we have. So it will be like here, and justify content will put the items centered, and flex end will put them at the end. So also really nice. And we have like a couple more properties, really nice to use as well. Space between, it will, no spoilers. Space between, for example, it will put a space between each element. So it's pretty straightforward. Like I'm just repeating what I'm what I'm reading here, what I'm seeing here. So, but it's like that. Like you are justifying your content and putting a space between each element. A space around will put a space around each element. Like, you know, did you see here the difference? Now this element is like just space between them, and I don't have like space here because I don't have like another element to have like space between one and another. So when I change to space around, it will add a space around the element. So this is, you can see that here, the cow and the pig, they have like bigger space than the pig from the border, because like we have like both space around and space between like combined here. So then I will have more space between the elements than between the border and the element. And how can I fix that? Using space evenly. So and it will distribute the same amount of space across the elements. So we can play a little bit here and see. So justify content, space around. So let me space around, center, flex end, flex start, space around, space between. What? And space evenly. So this is also pretty cool. So doesn't matter like if it is like really wide, it will add like the same amount of space between evenly across all the elements here. And by the way, this is the name of this application is FlexZoom. So let's continue to see like how other properties we have. Align content. So, and the difference here is the align content will consider the cross axis. Do you remember when I said like it's really important that some properties will consider like the main axis and the cross axis? This is one of the properties that will consider the cross axis. So can you see that it's like flex start will put like the items in the start on top. So, and they are aligning in this direction from top to bottom. Every time that I'm using align content is the cross axis that we are talking about. So it's flex start in the cross axis. So flex end here in the cross axis, centered, space around, space between, and stretch. So, and to have this, like, can you see that they are continuing on the next line? I also have the property flex wrap in order to have like this space around. If I don't have flex wrap, they will go to one line. There will be like one line, and I won't see this happening because they don't have like another one to have like space between them or space around them. So we can also play with that a little bit. Just okay. Okay, on the right slide. Align content. So, as I said to you, like if I put like space between, doesn't matter because they are not wrapped. So if I wrap them and I decrease the size here, let me check again. Align content. Oh, sorry. Let me check. Oh, okay. So it's always happened with live code. So why is not like giving me any space around? Because I don't have like enough room to make it grow like anymore. So if I set the parent like a little bit bigger container, I will set like height 100 V8. And 100 V8 means like it will like be 100% of my view height. So it will like take my entire screen. So let's change it. So we have like flex end, flex start, space around, maybe 100 is too much. So it will be better to see things like that. Space around, space between, oh, space between, and space evenly. So it's the same idea that I have like the same space between the items, but differently from justify content, I'm working on the cross axis, and the justify content is working on the main axis. So I hope that is crystal clear for you, for everyone. Okay, so next property, align items. Align items will be about the items inside. So this is the first property that we will start to talk about the items that is inside of the container. So, and then what I did here, I changed the size. I changed the font size of the elements here to be like different. So I set the fox to be a little bit bigger on purpose to check it, because if I have the same size here, I won't be able to see like the difference of alignment, you know, because for example, flex start will align the items, all the items on the start, but if they are the same size, you know, it will be like they are like, you can see the difference. Like same with like flex end and center, and also and stretch it stretches like the default property. And one really interesting property here is the baseline. Basically, what is the baseline does is, I don't know if you can see here when we flex start things, like the bottom of the call like is different than the bottom of the lion and the bottom of the fox and so on. But when we do baseline alignment, it will, if we put a line here, they will be like aligned with like the bottom of the text that we have inside. So and the browser consider like emoji as a character, so it will be like the base of the bottom of the emoji. They will be everything aligned. Even like this first one, dog, is like really small, but if you put a line here, they will be aligned with the cat and with the hamster and with the fox. Even if like they are really big, the browser will try to put them aligned with the font that we have. And it's really it's a really interesting property as well. So I'm not seeing you anymore, guys. So do you have any questions? I'm seeing like yes, someone is asking like if it's like recorded, and yeah, it's recorded. So I just want to ask if it's everything clear, if you are understanding what I'm saying and about like flex, and if it's making any sense to you guys, because I don't want to like keep talking and like you're not like understanding anything. Okay, cool. At least one. Cool. Yeah. So, okay. Nice. Yeah, it's really fun, and it's really easy to use. Like when we start to work with, you'll start to combine those properties together to see how it looks like and how we can build like complex layouts with that. So, so let's go ahead with the next one. Okay, align content. So I didn't talk too much about the stretch property. So the stretch property will stretch the items, to have them like they will, if I have like more than one line, they will divide the space that we have available between the elements. So, and then what we'll see in a couple minutes will be like how we can change that. Like, oh, I want this this cat to be a little bit bigger than the lion, for example, and how we can like work on like the items individually. Okay, you saw that. Okay, so the first property that we have on the item elements or children elements is the order. The first one that we will see. So, for example, I have, if I set the order of the pig like -1, so this is like the default order that we had before. So if I set the pig like -1, the pig will be like the first one. And one important thing is like the order start on 0, like the full value for order 0 for every element here. So if I set the call for order 0, it was already like that and won't change anything. So then if I change the dog for 1, it will put the dog like I have like here -1, the pig is -1, then 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and then 1. So then it will start counting like 1 for the dog and 2 for the cat. So let's play around with flex order a little bit. So first let's reset this. It's already display flex. So let's add a class here. Oh, not in the parent, but because and I don't know why, but this is not flex order. It's just order. Oh, just a sorry. I do have to put like the name of orphans. What orphans? 2. So if I put 1 here, it's still because the pig is 0, it will put them like not in the first position, but will be the last one. Why? Because everything starts with 0. So if I put 0 here, nothing changed. So it will be the same order. So, and one more time, if I add order -1 for the pig, it will be the first one. If I put 0, 2, because it's already the last element, so it won't change. So if I set like the dog as 1, and also the cat as 1. So it's like if they have the same value, they will put like 1 after another, considering the order that we have in the DOM, like in our HTML. And I mean, this is like really powerful. We can completely change like how our interface looks like. So, but there is like one tiny problem that I would like you to keep in mind when you are changing order of things. So if I start to select things here, you see it got messed because they are not in the same order anymore. I'm changing the DOM order. So naturally, when I try to select, they will try to get like the DOM order. So for selection. So then you saw like the cat, and then I'm trying to select the cat, but it didn't select the dog because after the cat, I have those ones. And so I changed the order, but I didn't change the HTML order. I just changed like how they are, like how the browser, where the browser will put them. But if I keep like the natural order of things, I will be able to select. This is like a really tricky thing that you don't see like the first time that you are learning it. Like you just feel like, oh, it's amazing. But keep that in mind. Okay. So what we'll have next here, Flex Grow. This is also really cool thing. Everything, everything with Flex, it's really cool. I've been using it like for a long time, and it solves like most of my problems with layout. And the other thing, it's that it's like really well supported across browsers. Even IE 11 has support for Flex, so it's really good if you are working on legacy projects as well. So flex grow. So what I did here was set like, first of all, I remove like the other elements and I keep like just 3 elements here. And I put like, and just to remember, we are working on the items, flex items right now. We are not talking about parenting anymore, like the container. And I set here flex grow 2 for dog and flex grow 2 for cat. So, and what it will do here, it will, this image in fact is not right because as I said, 2 for both of them. So I think I should change it a little bit because I just copy and paste. So, and here is the correct, So flex grow for dog, it will be 1, and for cat 2. And what does it mean when I put like flex grow? It will get twice the available space for the cat. So if I have any available space, it will get twice available space as the dog is getting. So let's check it on our browser. So first of all, I will remove the elements as I did there to have like just 3 and see like, so okay, so let me change like the item flex grow will be 1. So if I set 1, they will stretch across my container with the same size. So we can see here, let me change this to responsive. We can see here that, you know, if we have available space, it will put our elements and distribute the available space evenly across them. Like this is really nice for responsive layout as well. So, oh, okay, yeah. What is the shortcut? Yeah, someone already answered that. This is really powerful. Yeah. So yeah, I love those kind of shortcuts. Like, I think you guys had a lesson about VS Code, but one thing that it does is like Control or Command / will comment the code. Okay, so as I was saying, really cool, really nice to, really nice tool to have when we are building like any kind of layouts, and we want it to grow. If like we have more room, why not? It will grow. So, and the name of it's like flex grow, pretty straightforward. So what will happen if I change to 2, for example? It won't do anything different because I'm setting 2 for all the elements. So they will have like the same grow, like they will distribute the available space the same for every element, so it doesn't matter. But if I change the flex grow of the hamster, for example, individually, it will take like twice of the available space or 3 times of the available space for whatever we want. So yeah, and the first one, the dog and the cat, is like the same space that we had before, because the hamster is taking like all the space, like all take like 20 times this available space. So comparing to those ones, they will be like shrink. So okay, so what we also have here flex spaces. So and another cool property that will set the basis of that we want, like the how wide we want our elements. Like if there is any available space, set my items like 200 pixels. So this is kind of, you can think like this. Flex basis is like the ideal world. So the ideal size of my elements will be 200 pixels wide. So then if don't have, if your element doesn't have like enough space to 200 pixels, it will shrink. So let's do that. Flex basis. I don't know, like there, 200 pixels, and let's check. Oh, not this one, this one. It's already refreshed. So, and I don't have like flex grow because, you know, I just have like flex spaces, and I don't have flex grow, and so the elements, they are going to 200 pixels. So, and if I shrink, I don't have enough space, so they will start to decrease their width to fit inside of the container. It's really cool. So this is like ideal world. So this is like when I don't have more space, they will start to shrink. And talking about shrink, we also have a property called flex shrink. So, and what it will do is shrink 10 times the kind of like the contrary of the available space, not shrink 10 times the not available space. You can think like that. So 10 times more than my siblings, for example, 10 times more than the other items inside. So the dog here in this case is like shrinking down 10 times more than the hamster and the cat. So we have this as a result. Okay. So the other cool thing here is that we can combine all those properties together with flex. So if I use like that, flex, it will be my first option will be the flex grow. And the second one will be flex shrink, and third one will be my flex basis. So 99 pixels for my flex basis, and it will grow and shrink like 1 and 1. So, and if I set like just one property here, like flex, and put like just 1, it will be just my flex grow. And this is like a cool way to make your elements grow without like writing like flex grow. And so this is like really easy to, so you just write. So, and here we can see like that also set it our other properties like shrink to 1 and basis to 0%. So yeah, so what else we have here? So our last attribute for the items will be align items. So sorry, this is wrong. Will be align self, because we are talking about not about the parents, but about the children elements, the flex items. So we can align them individually. Like for example, the hamster here is flex end. So we can also do that. This is like really, really nice. So you can like do completely crazy things here. And like I have like, oh, and the default is like stretch. So fox is like flex start. The bear, we can see her here. It's stretch, so it's the same. Like here, I just put it to show you that they will be the same. Lion is baseline. So right now that I have like different different like baselines, like they are like so Flex won't know like where put the element, so it will put like to the itself baseline, like it's their own font. Doesn't make any sense, but it will do that. So it will make sense if you have like a container with two, and then they are like the same. They have the same alignment. So here, if I put baseline, doesn't matter if I change like anything here. This flex item, it won't compare with the others two, like to try to align, because things, the item itself doesn't know like how it can be aligned, because everything is aligned like individually. So yeah. So yeah, and this was our last slide about it. So what I can do now is to show you like some real life examples of Flex. So something we can do a layout here, something similar that what the tasks that you have to do. So I don't know if someone saw yet, you have like a portfolio page with like the header and a sidebar and a footer and some information about you inside of the main element. So I think we can try to build that. So I just want, before we start, I just want to know if someone have any questions about Flex and or flexing items, children element, like how how can we do something with Flex, and if it's possible, or you can ask. Just to also give me a break from talking. Browser support, yeah, we can check here like on can I use Flexbox. It's already right there. So if we check there, it's pretty well supported. Like even IE10 have like partial support to it. So IE11. Yeah, I think like only most of the properties that we saw, I think IE11 will support it. So it's like everything green. So, and by the way, you can also like globally, we have like 90, almost 100% guys of support. So this is like really, you can consider you can really use that on production. So is there any situation where we shouldn't use Flex? So sometimes we have like items inside of a Flex container, and but the thing is, people are doing it in the wrong way. So people, they want to, for example, let me check. They want to distribute and put like a space around it, and also wrap it. So let me check if I can show this example, like when we'll have like some problems with Flex. So the container, and I'll put like this there, just like content, space. I think space between will be better to demonstrate it. So let me, I'll also have to put my other animals back there. Okay. So I'm gonna put like Flex wrap here and wrap the elements. I'll also 8 100V8. Okay. So now we can let me check here. So what else we can add here? So okay, so we can. So I'm looking here because I want to check like maybe Flex Center will work for us. Not center, not Flex Center, just center. Okay. So when we don't have enough space. So yeah, and this is like a not a problem, but some people, they get confused about it. So what happened here, I want like the same space between the elements, but I also want the same space here, but they are like, since they are just 3 elements on the second line, they will also distribute and put like the space around them. So to do that, you should probably work with margins and not like putting like space around the elements. So then you'll have like Flex wrap with margins, and also those 3 elements will be sitting close to each other and right above. Like the cow will be above the cat, and the pig will be under the, sorry, not above, but under the hamster. So this is like one situation that not Flex itself, but Flex space around thing, it won't be like really good. So it's not space around, but space between, or space around. Like if we put space around, it will have kind of the same problem, like even worse, I think. So it's better if you put like some just margin, but don't use space around, and put on each item margin 16 pixels, for example, and just like that. So now we can see they are like really well organized and well distributed. Yeah. So I'm just reading the questions here, and yeah, like when you know the properties, you can combine that. Like as Vadzin said, if you really know them really well, you will already like foresee that, oh, using Flex using like space around, it won't work because we'll put like space around. Like if I have just 2 items on the last line, it will like distribute them across the available space that I have. Yeah. So, okay, so I will try to build a small layout here, just like the skeleton of it, at least. So I think we can stick with the container here. I will remove this. Okay. So, and container is already display flex. Okay. So let me check what we have here. Okay, we have like nothing. Nice. So I will change the container size to be 100 V8. One more time, this will get like the viewport height that we have to set the height. So we can already see here like that my container is getting like all my my screen. So, and let's think about that like semantically. So so I want a header here, like from here to here, and I want like a sidebar here and our main content here. So the way to think about that. So if someone send me the link for that prototype, will be really good. So we can see that and try to build that right now. So and then we can finish. So yeah, but first we have a header there. Okay. So first of all, I don't need item anymore. I don't need this region here. By the way, this region is just for me to be able to hide and show and group the elements. So I don't even those colors anymore. And I will keep like just the border here and the border box. And I'll move this display flex, the container. Okay, same result. So, okay, someone send us the link. It's really cool. Yeah, so we can try to, yeah, nice. So thinking about like the HTML, we have like header here, and we have our main content, main content, and we have, that's like a side here, and we have footer here. Okay. It will probably change. Don't change anything. So let's just put a header side main footer. So that is our layout and what we have here. So they are already displayed in the Flex way. So what we'll do here on my CSS is like my header, I can set like for, I don't know, 20% of my view height. So, and I can just put a color here. So this is nice, and it will take 100% my width. Okay. So I think that I can, just to explain, the things here right now, they are like flex, and they are like the first thing with the first direction with flex. Yes, it should be pixel perfect, but it's just an example here. Okay, so it's the natural order of flex is like in a row. So like here we kind of want to change that to column. So we can change like the flex direction to column. So it's good because I didn't show a lot of column direction, so we can use it here. So this is like real life. Now we have like the header here, and the thing is my main and my aside here, they are like, let's suppose that this is my assign. Let's suppose that portfolio area is my main. So what we can do here, it's also, I'm gonna change this a little bit. I'm gonna call it main, like the whole area. Okay, and my aside and my, and in fact, I will create a section here. So section dot content. What? Oh, I don't know. It's not like auto completing it, but it's okay. Class content. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we have. Okay, so and I just put that because the main will be other flex. So flex also allow us to put like flex inside of flex. So and then I can change it here. My main will be display flex as well. So it's already flex. So I have aside content and aside and content almost like one after another. So the other thing that we can do here, it will be that my flex, because it's also a flex item and a flex will be one, so it will grow. So just at the background here, I'm just yeah, just a background color will be, this is not like the same thing, like the exactly the same thing here, like the same colors, because it's just, for example, how we can create the entire structure for it. And by the way, this is like my first time building it with Flex, so I will have some struggles here, try to find like the best, and how I did with main, like trying to find the first, but we are almost there, right? We have like already 2 parts here and 1 here, the footer. So the other thing that I need to do is like just have like the correct width for the aside. So one way, let's check how can we do that aside. So I think Flex, just building Flex, Flex grow. It will take like 1. Okay, too much. But in fact, it's not too much because, you know, I also have to put like style on my content, and the content will be, we just need to set like flex here, be 1, and my content it will take like twice of this available space. So let's see, maybe 3 times the available space. So it will be a little bit better. So, and also we want to set like individually background colors for each one. Let's get the autocomplete here. Okay, so this one. So, and for the footer, we can have the height of 10%. Maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, sorry, 5%. So if we look, it's we are almost there. So it's what we want. So we have like a header here, area here, and then what you need to do is just adjust the proportions here. Like maybe this will take like 5 times, and then we'll have like a more what we are seeing there. So this is like, one more time, just the basic structure that we'll need here. So, and then we can start to, you can start to put like your content here. Yeah, and so I want to ask one more time if I already finished what I have to present, and I want to ask if anyone have like any more question. So I use, you know, to build this like structure here, I use like just a few of Flex properties, so it was really good. Pretty close to prototype. Yes, yeah, almost the same. Like if you look, you won't see like the difference. Yeah. So let me do one more thing here, just to center, to show you how we can center things vertically here, because a lot of times we want to center the content of something like vertically. So, and this is like a couple years ago was like really difficult to center things vertically. So what we have here, it's my content. So it will also be like display flex, and it will have a property align content center. Let's check. I think like it's just a text here, and I think I can put like a sort of a paragraph here, just to be semantically. So first of all, just by content, it will be centered, and align items will be also centered. So now we have centered content. So this is like pretty handy and pretty cool. So yeah, that's all from my side. If you don't have any questions, so that's everything. So should I say something else or no? Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Dave.
Dave. Thank you. Yeah, I hope that you can like use that. So I will ask someone to send you guys the slides, and I can also share this code for this like structure for you, and you can play with it.
Thank you, Diego, for such amazing lecture.
Sorry?
Thank you, Diego, for such amazing lecture.
Oh no problem. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. So yeah, I'm really glad, and as they said, I'm also a mentor. So I will be available for mentoring some of you. Someone said obrigado. Obrigado. De nada. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys. So it was a pleasure. Thank you.